So, hey everybody, it's Sunday, August 9th, and this is my front porch. And thanks for coming to join me. I'm still working on this Google Hangout thing, and no matter how many tutorial videos I watch, I still can't seem to get all the technical aspects right yet. So, bear with me. This is a learning process, and I'll admit that I've got a lot of learning to do, but it's still fun anyway. So what I want to talk to you about is something that's been a source of great frustration for me of late. And I wanted to share my thoughts on what I really want to try to do to make things better. But I'd also like to hear some feedback from you on what you do. So you can post your comments. Right now, given the fact that I have no technical skills here to make this real fancy, when this posts to YouTube, you can certainly comment in the comment section. And you can also go to my blog, which I had hoped to have here at the bottom of the screen, but again, I couldn't find the right tool to make it happen. You can go to my blog, which is blondsighted, blondsighted.com, and I'll have a link to this posted there. And I would love to hear from you, because part of sitting out on the porch on a Sunday morning is just having a chat and working together and having a good old cup of this. Sonny's here again this morning, but he's not real interested in what I have to say. So let's get to it. Job frustrations, life, career goal frustrations, not feeling like you're on your right path, and what do you do to keep yourself in the right direction? Lovely. I hope this doesn't pop up here. I love my computer. It really stinks. All these windows keep popping up on me. Boy, I need some technical training. So here's where I am. I have over 25 years of work experience. I'm within 5 years of being able to retire from the state. And while that is a wonderful thought, the reality of it is I don't see myself being financially able to retire when those 5 years roll around. And plus, I'm fairly young. I would like to be able to say when 30 years comes up that I'm having such a good time at what I'm doing that I don't want to stop working. So I know that my interests lie in having a job where I can help others, where I can use my creativity, where I can have some variety in what it is I do, where I can get out and move around, not just be stuck in an office all day staring at a computer like I'm doing right now. And first of all, let me say I'm thankful that I have a job. When I feel myself whining too much, I have to stop and say, there are a lot of people out there that don't have jobs. So be thankful that you have one. And I am. However, I feel like my talents, my interest, what sparks me, what gets me motivated in the morning is not what I'm doing right now. And so I've been looking for job opportunities. And the frustrating thing is that even though I know that on paper I meet the qualifications, sometimes I might even be a little more qualified than what they're looking for. The feeling is that I can't get past the hurdle of where I am right now, the title that I have, even though to me titles don't mean a whole lot. It's not what your title is, it's what you do. I think that's been a roadblock for me. And so I'm trying really hard to take a few steps back and do a little personal assessment I have a colleague that I met recently on campus who is doing some wonderful things both in the classroom and outside the classroom with adult learners in terms of giving you tools to kind of take a few steps back and look and see, what are your interests? What are the things that you like to do? What are the things that you value? What are the talents that you have? And then finding a way to blend all of those together and create a vision statement or a mission statement, what it is you want to do. And for me, I want to be able to help people, to help them to feel like they're supported, that they're not alone in what they're going through. I'd like to be able to use creativity in that some way. And so that's given me, even more confirmation that the direction I want to head in my job search is the way I need to be going. Unfortunately, it's not working real well right now. Two opportunities that I thought were going to be very promising, I learned this week that they're not. So back to the old dirt path, so to speak. And I'm getting really frustrated. I had a rough week, I'll be honest. It was a huge downer for me. So yesterday, as I was washing and cleaning the car, it gave me a lot of time to think, and I said, I've got to find something that helps me to focus and focus positively, to say, this was just another step, just another rock that you might have stumbled on. Just keep on your path. And so I went back to my bookshelf. Forgive me for a minute. One, I have allergies, and I apologize for the nose rubbing, but it's bad here in North Carolina. I went to my bookshelf, and I found a book that I've gotten several years ago, and it's from a lady named Florence Scovel Shinn. I hope you can see this, and I hope that it's okay. Florence Scovel Shinn. So for those of you who know who I'm talking about, you probably know where I'm going with this. Just in a nutshell, she was born in the late 1800s, was rather affluent family, was a writer, was creative, was an artist, did some illustrations for books. I'm not sure if you can see this. There you go. Really cool illustrations. I'm into stuff like that. But after a difficult relationship, her husband divorced her, which I think during that time was a little unheard of. She focused on a career as a metaphysical teacher and lecturer. Yeah, back in those days, we had someone that was forward thinking. It was amazing. In fact, let me just read you something that someone said about her. Said she never prepared a lecture. She always devoted her meetings to answering questions from the class members. She depended on free will offerings at the classes and counseling sessions. She lived, you might say, by invisible means of support. So on and so on. But he said many of us, consciously or otherwise, have quoted statements from her books. And I can't remember who it was that gave me this book, but it was several years ago. But I was flipping through it last night, and something stood out to me. One of the books that she wrote was called The Game of Life and How to Play It. And she says, sorry for the screen here, I don't have the fancy tools to be able to read a teleprompter, but she writes, I've been sometimes asked, suppose one has several talents. Well, how is he to know which one to choose? Demand to be shown definitively. Say, Infinite Spirit, give me a definite lead. Reveal to me my perfect self-expression. Show me which talent I am to make use of now. Pretty wild for something back in the turn of the century, written by a woman. She goes on and says, I have known people to suddenly enter a new line of work and be fully equipped with little or no training. So make the statement, I am fully equipped for the divine plan of my life, and be fearless in grasping opportunities. Now, I don't know about you, but for those of you who have listened to the law of attraction, The Secret, all of that stuff, where you set positive affirmations, and if you focus on those positive affirmations, even though things may not be going like you had hoped at the moment, if you continue to focus on that, you will begin to make some progress. I'm going to keep this book near me for the next couple of weeks because I'm hoping that it will help me. One of the affirmations that she notes in the book is that it's an affirmation for finding the right work, and it's very simple. And I'm going to jot this down on a little note card, and I'm going to put it on my desk. I'm going to put it in my car. I'm going to put it on my mirror in the bathroom, so it's something that I'm always seeing. And she says, I have a perfect work in a perfect way. I give perfect service for perfect pay. Now that sounds kind of maybe a little weird, but I really think that this woman, she had something going here. So, if you're interested, check out this book. It's several of her writings, so you'll see 4 of her titles there. And she really was. She's something else. I mean, to me, way ahead of her time, or maybe just someone who, in a time when women weren't supposed to be thinkers, if you know what I mean, this lady broke the mold. And so hopefully that's something I can use to focus my positivity. And actually by doing things like this, and learning how to be online and talking with others, maybe that's a way that I can continue to send that affirmation that this is what I want to do. And maybe that's a positive step too. So, I'd like to know what you all are doing. For those of you who are still trying to find that perfect work in a perfect way, what you're doing when things get a little frustrating and you feel like you've fallen off your path, or you've stumped your toe on a rock, or you're dodging that rattlesnake. I have a few of those rattlesnakes that I've been trying to dodge too, that I think are just completely set on making sure that I'm not going to cross that path and go where I need to go. So share those comments with me. A little bit of note about my website, blindsided.com. I would love for you to join up. And as I post things, you'll get notifications. I'd love for you to join my Google Plus page so that future Hangouts, you'll get an invite. And hopefully in the next week or two, I'll have it set so that not only can we have a live Hangout, you all can be part of it and we can actually communicate, which would be really cool for me, but really scary at the same time. So I think it's probably time for me to just finish off this coffee. It's the 5th time I've microwaved it, so it's probably getting a little bad. My dog's getting a little bored, it looks like, so it's probably time to pay a little attention to him. But thank you for listening to my endless babble here. It's nice to have somebody to join me on the front porch on a Sunday. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.